Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacaster. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Site, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on a favorable approach between the West. We've got here Barton, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 1st Panzer Division versus these. We got Karl, fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, the Motherland. Rolling out here with the 7th Guards Tank Corps. And we're looking at Lightning War, assault support, and mobile defense with double infantry panzer grenadiers versus defensive tactics, guard motor with engineered penal trooper mines. And a reasonably well sort of meta though. Assault support and mobile defense ends a bit more on the Wehrmacht side, less played at the moment. And similarly here, guard motor does see some use, but nothing, compared to say reserve army or defensive tactics. Penal trooper start here, so in that regard, Karl very much standard stealth, as Barton is quickly going off the beaten trail here with a sniper start. Rather risky because it does mean he will have less ability to seize territory early on, but of course it does allow him the potential of just bleeding out his opponent very aggressively. Of course, she's applying psychological pressure since the sniper is just one of those units that can drive a player nuts. Securing points here while there, at the same time splitting off with a second unit going to the south, that way securing territory there, opening up for fresh paths, and of course also meaning if he gets hit hard here, he's not going to be too difficult locked down, though at the same time Karl is also going for a sniper start here himself, so both players are aiming sort of for snipers. Very interesting and slightly peculiar. I wonder if Karl's going for the snipers because he knows Barton's going for snipers, or if there's something else to it, because both players going for snipers is pretty rare. Like statistically very unlikely. Sandbag going down here, grabbing fuel upon there, denying engineers up Mr. Gunley, sniper hanging about here, and there goes so snipers revealing. So I don't think he's actually aware of it. I think he just went because he could. Otherwise he would not have fired a sniper with right there the pioneers. Of course, because he might go to be where the opponent has to snipe himself. So very interesting there, very interesting. So you can see he's driving his sniper along much more aggressive, of course he can, because he's got 2C in theory if his opponent does have a sniper, which he does. I mean, most he might say, oh, but does he now? You don't just run like that after doing so much damage if you're not. There's some serious mind games going on, and there's certainly a lot of uncertainty. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with these two players here, but some very aggressive games for these snipers, very aggressive. We can see that Barton pulls his back. Right now, Karl, though, securing a lot of territory versus Barton. Barton going territory. They get a penal squad on the way there for Karl to follow up there. Barton does lead with infantry. Of course, Karl is leading with a sniper in terms of actual damage down there. Barton, though, of course, gets overhit there. One of the years. They got. What was his name again? I don't know. Oh, well, never mind. Sniper the moving hit gun is supporting third. He's got the Barton, no machine guns whatsoever, but he had a lot of infantry, possibly because he's working his opponent might rush a scout car, in which case you can use the grenadiers to basically form a shield around the sniper's screen, so that way ward off with Panzerfaust and the like. So that's certainly a possibility here from Barton and what he's tactically planning there. Grenadiers bringing up the pressure, and the engineers almost got a wipe. There we go, fully wiped engineers and card there. Certainly quite a loss here in the early game. Diminishes his ability to seize territory, then will certainly give Barton a bit more room to pressure with. Up north, point there being secured, he's got nothing to immediately respond with, at least nothing that might be a good engagement for him. Engineers pushed back there by Grenadiers, quickly both popping into the house and then advancing, possibly looking to sort of figure out with the snipers and pressure Karl sniper. They are quickly pulling back then further, just bleeding out and harassing Barton there, just constant pinprick kills. No further take up there for Barton, as yet no sign of a doctrine either. Almost got the fuel point there, Grenadiers moving southwards, and we got Pioneers moving up there as well. Scram the CoH2 point there, preventing access to the southern fuel. Of course, he's still got the northern fuel. Sniper doing what he can there, so Sniper's joining in. Grenadiers have forced back. So far, Karl's Sniper's having quite an impact there on Barton, causing quite a bit of manpower bleed. I mean, Barton is not exactly, sitting about with his sniper either, but certainly in terms of damage, I think Karl's Sniper's got a hit there. And there you go, Grenadiers, Pioneers trying to deal with the penal troopers here. Pretty risky engagement, but Barton looks to be sort of trying it out. There you go, Pioneers advancing while the Grenadiers draw fire. There you go, successfully pushing back the Pioneers. Very good, sort of pulled off there with Barton. Bit of luck, but also just knowing when to push ahead. MD42 there for Barton, so no quite immediate tech up. Grenadiers in reinforcement again, bled out by that sniper. A lot of manpower just in that one unit. And we can see slowly just trying to stay at the very edge. He wants to avoid getting killed by the sniper, losing too many men to the sniper. There even kills the wounded, so they can't spot a hit there. But in this case, slightly reveals himself, gets killed there. Engineers push back as they try to push for Barton's core point. And MG42 almost done there for Barton and the 1st Panzer Division. The MG42 on the medium mount, that is, or the, you know, a FET mount, actually had quite a bit of range. I believe it was sort of roughly in the range of, oh, I don't know, 2 kilometers, at least over a kilometer at least. Partly because, of course, it had scopes on that one, but it actually gave quite a bit of range, which, of course, sort of slightly counteracts in the game. You know, you actually have to spot for it, but in the reality, the MG42 like this would have been able to spot for itself, but obviously it would not have been nowhere near as mobile. That is sort of, you know, more what the light machine gun teams think, you know, medium machine gun teams, sort of more static elements comparatively. So sort of little fun fact there. Grenadiers falling back there, machine gun setting up inside the house. That was setting up a blocking position, making it hard for Karl to push through, though of course at the same time it does provide a big fat target for the snipers, so it's a bit dangerous if a Barton does, so of course there might be some plan behind the madness there from Barton. Sniper there opening up, 5 kills, Grenadiers there, or Pioneers reinforcing, almost done taking up. And a scout car there for Karl, the M3A1, Engineers setting up the flamethrowers. Grenadiers reinforcing, Pioneers reinforcing, take up there for Barton going on. Trying to advance his sniper, getting some kills. There go Flaming attacking. Good attack here from several points by Karl. He could also attack here from the south, sort of further at pressure, but in this case it works out well. Barton here, very likely to lose his MG42 there, take some time to get out of there, and oh! This might still get wiped in retreat, but no! No, the devil favours Barton here and allows the MG42 to get away with a tiny, minuscule sliver of health. So there you go, there's this big push into the centre by Karl. He's sending forces northward to harass there, and in the south, Barton is sort of trying to do the same, even is losing ground in the centre. Like to make a nice company up there for Barton, troop reinforcing, MG42 getting replacement, sniper there, 6 kills for the fatherland, Surge sniper, 13 kills. Again, the Surge sniper there, Karl is just having so much more of an impact with it, and it's just causing a lot more economic damage that way. Again, Barton so far, big break has been wiping that engineer squad. Beyond that, though, again, Karl is very much ahead, and the scout here is going to make things more nasty, particularly since adding the penal troops in it, which is actually a lot of firepower on the move. He's also laying down mines, further sort of thinking he's ahead, but he needs to solidify his hold on the map. Very good there by Karl, very good. Grenadiers versus penal troopers here. Up north, we get a big push here from Barton again. Barton, though, of course, realising he could attack into it, but there's not necessarily a lot to be gained from him, so he just swings the axis of attack here into the north. Grenadiers, snipers, MG42s, Pioneers, and no, minesweepers as well here. Again, he's not underestimating his opponent there. Again, he's thinking he's going to lay down mines, which he has, but so far, he's only mining the centre. He's only mining the centre. Now, Barton there going for a half-track. Likely going to be a flame for a half-track. Very much a favoured sort of unit for the Wehrmacht at the moment. Again, sort of serves the same role that T-Sim the likes does for the Allies. Basically, helping contain Allied infantry and versus a heavy penal tool build. The flame for half-track certainly adds a lot more than just sort of making it a lot harder for the player to utilise it. So we'll have to see what Karl will do to respond to that. He could go for guards, reserve army. He could also take up. In fact, he actually had to take up despite having plenty of fuel for it. But there you go, scout rushing straight hit with a flamethrower in it. MG42 will be forced to fall back again. We got sniper fire on it. Grenadiers with their Kar 98Ks. Half-track moving hit to the 251. Mittlere Schützenpanzerwagen. Adding the flame projectors on it. Ooh, sniper there close to being caught here. Pushing it. Needs to pick up, doesn't get too close either. Taking a bit of damage over the bits of this and that. Penal troopers are Grenadiers at max range versus units have it covered. That's definitely Grenadier favourite engagement there. Pioneers trying the best as well here. Close to having the flame projectors there ready on the flame for a half-track, at which point Karl's infantry will want to get out there very fast. And there you go, 2 flamethrowers added. Technically, though, it actually had 3 flamethrowers, so the third one was meant to be carried by a member on the ground. Sort of, you know, like, say, a regular flamethrower Pioneer, but except for having a separate tank, he then drew the fuel from the same fuel source as the flame for a half-track. Fun fact there. Not a lot of imagery of it, but that was apparently a thing. Obviously, again, since you did the flame for half, it was meant to be used like, you know, zipping around flamethrower thing there. So yeah, a little fun side note there. on the flamethrower half-track, which is all sort of more of a headquarters specialist unit, sort of part of a battalion headquarters or regimental headquarters. That used to be sort of like smaller specialist units that would then be attached wherever needed, and the flamethrower half is sort of part of those, but usually I think the platoon or sort of those being attached there. So a little fun detail as well in terms of organisation. Scout car there rolling ahead, coming these light machine guns blasting away, also without light machine guns. And M42. You can send the other people around, it's going to help you with the scout car, but also help you bleed out the infantry. Does not instead just successfully push back the scout car that suffers too many bullet hits. And we got assault support for Barton, and we got Opel Blitzers out. Hello. You don't see those very often. And Karl here with reserve arms. We've got reserve arms versus assault support. Sort of used doctrine, though, again, is slightly faded out in favour of other bits, but assault support, that's definitely not your usual doctrine. We also hear that Karl's actually gone for anti-tank rifles to help counter the flamethrower. Barton's going for a second orbital blitz already. That's 400 manpower being expended towards that very quickly. I think it's a bit excessive at this stage. I mean, that's a bit like building 2 caches, though, of course. It's going to get a lot more value from these 2 than you would, you know, from even 4 caches. Since basically, I mean, again, they just do the job of, like, you know, fuel ammunition cache from any point. And, of course, it can also be used to double the resource income from any other points as well. So, in that regard, the Orbital Blitz is a very, very good in terms of just resources, you know, thing. Though, of course, you still have to be careful expending too much there. Betty 2 then flame for after him before 2 white. Bit of a loss there for Barton. Infantry needs to get ahead here. Again, double blitz is rather limited. Oh, he got the sniper as well. The sniper caught on fire too. Oh no. And poor Otto was in fact afraid of fire after he'd been burned as a child. To then end his days scorched by a Russian one is bitter one. Almost got the M42 that does make it. You got reserve. So their rapid scripts going up here for Karl, allow him to absorb a lot more losses over, meaning a lot of these engagements not necessarily going to be as profitable. If Barton even gets a wipe there, the casualties inflicted won't be quite as severe as they could have been. So with that there, Karl further posits a problem there for Barton to solve and a lot more pressure. I mean, Barton's right now showing himself at some nasty loss there. Again, he's got the Orbital Blitz again. He's going to get a lot of fuel, he's going to get a lot of munitions. So again, Karl is still getting a lot more fuel at the moment, but Barton is not going to be falling too far behind. He's actually going to get munitions, which could open up here for some strafing runs if necessary. Or for that matter, fragmentation bombs. I don't know how much they use those actually, to be honest. The fragmentation bombs. We got take up there for Karl, a bit late. Barton could of course himself try and take up for maybe some speedy armour. Infantry could be, and also an officer could not be a bad idea there for Barton. A bit of support for his infantry, smoke screens to maybe, you know, make it harder for the sniper to, well, snipe away. Certainly some considerations there for Barton. Punters moving ahead there. Also more pressure in the south I think would be pretty good at this stage for Barton, though of course he's a bit suffered there, so he can't immediately just dispatch units into the south there since he's also busy defending north, but it might help him draw away attention. There you go. Huge jets of fire there enveloping the Russian infantry there, scorching them, burning them alive. Pack 40 halfway done. Barton obviously expecting some kind of armoured element there from Karl soon enough. Still, 2 Orbital Blitz again, rather reticent again, so aggressive there from Barton. That's certainly a lot of confidence there. I mean, you usually don't go for 2 Orbital Blitzes like that. I mean, you generally don't go for 2 caches like that. Still again, 2 Orbital Blitzes will beat 2 caches. Unless you're in a team game, in which case they won't be able to support your teammates, obviously. But otherwise, like, 1 Orbital Blitz is basically 2 caches worth. Plus, it also has another benefit, like, say if you get cut off from the point, the Orbital Blitz will still keep it connected to the point itself. That's another advantage there with the Orbital Blitz. Heading southwards there, the Germans will operate a lot of trucks, in particular during the early stages of the war. They had French trucks, British trucks they captured during, you know, the French campaign, Austrian trucks, all sorts of trucks, which gave them basically huge logistical issues. In part because it was tricky getting the right spare parts to the right place, in the cases where some Austrian trucks got replacement parts for, you know, French trucks, for example. So there were some issues there, in particular since there was a lot of wear and tear. Because apparently the French trucks weren't that good either. Apparently they were rather weak in comparison to the other trucks, which further just increased the deterioration there, and of course a further need for spare parts. So that's certainly some fun elements there to consider. They of course later tried to just more simplify and standardise truck construction and sort of Make it a bit easier there, but that came after Barbarossa. Almost got the infantry there again. Troop pushing ahead here. Flamethrowers just bursting out there. Anti-tank parting as well. Good hit. Big assault there. I mean, he could have tried, you know, maybe sneaking up some troops so that way, get behind the flamethrower, that way cut it off its retreat path. In this case, there's actually successfully pushing off the retreat there of the Grenadiers if he's not careful. A lot more PTSs. He's clearly not too worried about the enemy infantry. He's more prioritising the flamethrower half-tank. Barton still not taking up, going for another MB-42. Could Barton be aiming for the Tiger tank already? Feeling under such pressure there, and again under such dominance there from Karl that he might as well go for it. Karl, meanwhile, is just checking out there, taking his huge advantage to push it at Barton, though Barton again is sort of finding as best as he can. Still double blitzes. So rare. I'm still, you know, slightly in shock over it. Pimps running down there, coming up from the Grenadiers, light machine guns blasting away, bullets flying at the rations, MB-42 they're suppressing, or at least attempting to suppress, but not quite, and there you go, quick self-to-charge, forces the fascists out of their hidey holes. Did you see that? I blew it up! Yes, but you didn't kill anyone. The Commissar will be upset. And there you go. Mechanized armor company for Karl could rush out a T-34-16 versus Barton. Barton, though, very much feels like he's tiger bound at the moment. He very much feels tiger bound. Quickly pushing northwards again. So he's more focused in the north, but he will send forces southwards. Just, I think, bait away Karl's forces from the north there to defend there. It's an interesting move there by Barton. Not bad at all. As for Karl, I mean, you know, he could try and launch a slightly bigger assault by not attacking head on to Barton, but actually sort of sneaking up for here, attacking up for here, then hitting the cop one that way, sweeping up behind Barton that way, also having a bigger chance of then getting the flame for a half tack. But there you go, first tank on the way for Karl, the T-34-76. Also, as a fun fact, apparently nickel has an sort of application in tank armor specifically, sort of makes it harder for the tank to spall. And spalling, for those who don't know what it is basically when a tank gets hit but it doesn't penetrate. There's a chance though the bits of the armor on the inside basically sort of breaks off and flies around inside the tank, which is itself pretty hazardous. A higher nickel content apparently decreases the chance of spalling. How do I know that? Because apparently British tanks have 3% nickel in their armor compared to Russian tanks who only have 1%. So I suppose in that sense Russian tanks were also further death traps in that way, even though they weren't penetrated. Again, Robert Forsyth's book on armoured warfare on the Eastern Front 1941-42 is pretty good, very recommendable so far. Still need to finish it, but so far I can recommend it. There you go though, quick strafing run here from Barton. The Luftwaffe swoops down like a hawk from above at the Russian field mice. And there you go, T-34 strikes here at the Grenadiers, pursuing them with aggressive vigour, following up here with a swarm of penal troopers. Barton's men there forced to fall back, M4 to the blasting way. The air support ultimately didn't have much of an impact there for Barton, since it wasn't actually part of anything bigger, so it's kind of just wasted munitions. I mean, they halted here, the penal troops slowing down, Karl's advance on the field, but that's about it. Also pointing being harassed. Barton's still not taking up, so yeah, he's clearly aiming for the Tiger here. I feel like, you know, he could get away with taking for a Panther 4 first, but it seems like Barton has made up his mind again. Not what I'd recommend general at all to any player. I mean, again, by the time he does, you know, get out the Tiger, he's again had fuel for like a Panther 4.5. Thanks to the orbital blitzers. Again, good choice there, though again, I still feel like he committed a bit too much too fast. And also allowing Karl there to hold more ground. Karl there not too far from the second T-34-76. Of course, that might just be more incentive for Barton just to wait for the Tiger, since the Tiger does present more effect to the T-34. So, of course, a well-handled group of T-34s can bring down the Tiger by just outmaneuvering it and just piercing its rear armor easily. But if Karl struggles a bit with that, though, that could still be Barton's win easily. Since, again, frontally, the Tiger is very much a threat to the T-34s. Grenadier block then getting the penal troops force on the way there again. You got here rapid conscription lying there. Karl to soak up the losses more efficiently. And more further. There you go, more contact there running. Karl building up a large force. Should by way upgrading the light machine guns. Panther pass, a lot of pack fire there. Karl pushes his tank to fire ahead there. And his tank crew pays the price. The ultimate price. in a few moments. I'll be paying the price. And he's white, more counter-supports there. Ooh, this is not a good engagement there for Karl. Not a good engagement. He tried to engage a rather strong foe head-on rather than trying to, you know, soften it up some way, just outmaneuver it. Costing Karl here quite a bit. And he got some conscripts to make up for it, but the armor loss does mean that Barton's Tiger is going to have a lot more impact, because now Barton, again, thanks to all the damage he just did there, by the way, is a lot closer to the Tiger tank. And then Karl's going to be in for a bit of a rough time, because he's got very little anti-tank. Very little. He's lucky that Barton is reinforcing here instead of just trying to hit all the manpower he can. He could also set up the double blitz here again for more munitions, fuel. Harassment and stuff going on with some pioneers. Sandbags going up in the centre. We can see Karl digging in there, preparing for the fascist attack. Could also lay down some flare trip mines here and there. But then we can do it against his stall. Barton's assault whenever it hits is a, I think, pretty good idea. There you go, Tiger ready, Gefechtsbereit. There you go. 7/4 here for Barton. 103rd Schwerer Panzerabteilung. Fighting armoured support. Confidence to the Grenadiers, the flamethrower half-tracks taking scathing losses and absolutely annihilated. North Grenadiers tip. Apparently facing something there, at least briefly looked like something happening there. Tiger advances with his 88mm gun, adding the Pintermap machine gun there as well. Constant under fire there, shots not really penetrating the sandbags. They're allowing the comes to stand safely. There you go, the sandbags ultimately crumble under the weight of the Tiger's high explosive shells. Machine gun next target for the Tiger. Penal troopers, machine gun down. A few shots penetrating there through the front and the side armor. T-51 gaining the Tiger as well. Shot bounced. Peter as they're firing at the Tiger. A lot of damage being done there. A lot of slow penetration there into tank power coming up as well. They're being exposed to a lot of fire, then pushed back. Tiger falling back in the face of the Peter S swarm. Flamethrower attack moving in, and we got rapid conscription again. This line Karl more aggressively again, taking significant losses in the open there. And Barton successfully repulses the penal troopers. Assault there trying to take out the tank. T-54 there straight to double pack 40 from Barton. Karl needs to change up his tactics. Versus Barton. Playing there with the Tiger. Also, fun fact, the predecessor of the PTOD was apparently ready at the start of Operation Barbarossa, but they could not take it into use, I think, before around October or November. Because, as it turned out, the Russians' Arms Committee had not prepared ammunitions for it at all. So while they had an anti-tank rifle, it was like only around there, well, by the time they reached the gates of Moscow, they actually had ammunition for it. That's a bit of a fun one there. Apparently the Russian Munitions Committee, or whatever it's called there, was apparently not very good at its job. And if T-54 being repaired, he's going to have to go for an Issue-5 to have a better chance of, because he's got no option for field guns. So it's Issue-5s, Issue-6s, and with the Pack 40s about there, plus the Tiger and possibly having some ability to burst through there, the Issue-5 is going to be the best job there, since it's going to be a lot more likely to survive any sort of surprise encounters. Karl, though, needs to change up his tactics. I mean, he's conscious of leading head-on assaults against Barton, and that is rather currently to Barton's favour again, with all the machine gun firepower there on the Tiger, the infantry, the actual machine guns. I mean, that's generally a lot of sort of threats to the infantry, so it's not really something Karl can keep doing. He's making a lot of use of rapid conscription. There goes going for the Issue-5. Also a bit of harassment here with the penal troopers. Flampanzerwagen moving up. Spotting the double blitz, but the problem is in this case, spotted by the flamethrower after the machine gun bunker and suppressed them there. T-54 bombarding. Conscripts moving up there. He's still not upgrading any of his conscripts, which really limits the utility of reserve, since, you know, one of the great things about reserve army is you can go for a lot of penal troopers, then use reserve army to build up a lot of conscripts, and then equip them with assault machine guns, that way building up a formidable assault force. But for whatever reasons, Karl is not too interested in the submachine guns and the conscripts, and that's certainly limiting the utility of the rapid conscription, particularly the way he uses them overall, because again, he's not even then trying to flank. And there we go, air support called in here by Barton. Again, the Luftwaffe fearlessly leads the way. Quickly sending Karl's forces scurrying back. Barton's target tank there slowly approaching Veterans 1. Direct hit from the HQ-5, penetrating the 100mm thick armor. There you go, T-54 ramming it. Bold move there. He's going to try and basically do enough damage there to just knock it out with the HQ-5. And the Pilgrim may also get close enough there, but in this case it doesn't quite work out. Oh. Shot bounced. Oh. Bad luck there for Karl. Bad luck. I mean, had the Pilgrims not been suppressed there by the aircraft, they probably could also worked out instead because they'd just been close enough there. But just those two then, Barton's Tiger barely got out alive, and his T-54 then essentially did nothing. And there you go again. The Luftwaffe just really makes it difficult for Karl to use all of his infantry on the battlefield. So an effective sort of counter to any sort of Russian infantry build, I suppose. Just locks down the zone, and most players, generally don't go for anti-aircraft attacks, to try and deal with it. Karl, though, again, finding it for the CoH point, he should also try and push northwards again. He needs to be careful not just here try and break through Barton with raw force here. Because at this stage, Barton sort of got the strength to more efficiently deal with that. Though, of course, his Tiger's going to be up for a bit of a while there. He's taking up now. He's not going for more pioneers. I figure with a heavily damaged Tiger, he'd go for more pioneers. In fact, you should strongly consider that, since he wants the Tiger as fast as possible back on the field. The longer he waits, the more chance, Karl has of just turning this fight around again in his favour. He's shifted his orbital blitz towards here. They need to fall back with that one again. P2S fire there, penetrating the not exactly thick hide of the orbital blitz. I've Robin made out of butter. So Barton taking up, he's getting some support for his Tiger tank. It's certainly a good idea there for him, though. A Panther 4, some Stoops. If you could try and play for a Panther. Because they're getting absolutely mauled here by the Tiger and the flame for a half track. Again, rapid conscription offset some of it, but you really should not try and push for here. But there's not really much to be gained, rather than you could be hitting just the rest of the map that way, gaining a lot more resources against Barton. We've also got the Orbital Blitz all the way up here now. Ensuring that Barton, despite all the harassment, doesn't fall too far behind in the fuel race against his opponent. And he's actually going for tier 4. So it's now Team Bowie still alive. 48 kills. 48 kills. I mean, those snipers have found themselves in countless times. The damage they've been inflicted on Barton is practically immeasurable. Well, I'm sure in terms of efficiency there's some kind of rating here. 629%. They have done a lot of damage there to Barton, a lot of damage, almost 50 kills. And it's not exactly fighting against Oswald, so generally the snipers are guaranteed to get some good value off of it. Karl in theory could consider Katyusha to help counter some of the stuff. I mean, again, he's not really going for a lot of artillery spikes opponent, bunching up. And if Karl's not, trying to at least flank and out maneuver, he needs to go for artillery at least that way, try and deal with Barton's carried a tactical approach, which would be quite vulnerable to a well-placed Katyusha barrage. And particularly the way he handles his back forward, a good Katyusha barrage could quickly wipe them, allowing them for a sort of armor breakthrough from Karl. So Katyusha there, I think, would be a good choice for Karl and the 7th Tank Corps. Tank they're rolling back in the north, 26 kills for Germany. Going to be splitting southwards. Basically, he's trying to prevent Karl right now from bleeding up. He's down to just 68 victory points. Not looking good for Barton there. Flamethrower being swarmed by a lot of infantry, and there he goes, going to go down. He's finally going to lose it. 17 kills and dead. 54 kills on Karl Sniper now. 54 kills. But there you go again. Karl punching up his infantry, and Barton punishes it with the might of the Luftwaffe. And there you go. Practical orders into pinned down in one fell swoop. Tiger, though, with the damage, and he does not pursue with HQ-5 because now he's got nothing to protect against the back 40s in theory. He could try and knock it out now, but he's worried about the back 40s and does not want to leave his HQ-5 there on its own. Certainly, I think the right response, of course, from our perspective, he knows it is currently not the right one, but again, you have to sort of assume again what they can see and what they can't see, sort of based on that, you know. And again, he doesn't know the Pack 40 is pulled all the way back to his base. So in theory, he could try and knock out the Tiger here, but again, from his perspective, he doesn't know if they're there. In that regard, he's making the right choice from his perspective. Fuel point here being secured by the Grenadiers. Second issue fire noise is going to really try and hard counter the Tiger tank here. Then again, he needs to maneuver a bit more. Again, I can't help but feel that all the infantry is causing Karl to resort to a lot more hammerish tactics. And when you got a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. Except the problem is, you know, Barton might not accept being near, needs to hammer in. But a loose screw that needs to be tightened. Consequently, Norfolk's there. Anyways, 2 tank destroyers here. And again, rapid inscription. Again, allows them to soak up some of the damage here versus Barton. 58 left there for Barton and the 1st Panzer Division. Rushing into pushing it. And there you go again, pinned down again. But that was quite extreme there. That was a bit beyond, I think, the usual reach there of the strafing line. That is definitely not supposed to be happening. More Grenadiers. No officers, sadly, or any Panzer Grenadiers for Barton. I think the officers would serve him quite great here at this stage. Here we got MD42 versus Conscripts. They try to grab the fuel point here. Northern Victory wants to kill it as well. Tiger finally. They've got the heavy Panzer Corps. I mean, he could go for Sturmpanzer or a Panther. Here versus Karl, versus all the infantry. Sturmpanzer or Panther, there could be options. Oh wait, Tiger tank heavy hits there from the issue 5s. Easily penetrating the front line. We got Pack 4 setting up with their goal to get infantry pushing forwards there. Though again, out in the open, infantry covering there. Tiger also doing what they can. And there you go, the Pack 4 to prevent a pursuit of the Tiger tank. Again, this is where the artillery could have been great because he's basically bouncing up everything around the Pack 40. So in that case, if we had the Katyusha, they could have probably just silenced it. A bit unfortunate there for Karl. He does not have access to any kind of artillery. I mean, even as a Palmer Corps there, just mortaring or smoking there could have an impact there for Karl. Up north, victory point being shot there again by stout Grenadiers in the south. Can't say anything about there. He could lay down some flare trip mines just to, you know, slow down any would-be conquerors. Target there almost fixed up. It's actually close to Veteran 2. It's only red as he targets hit Veteran 2. And certainly even red as he them hit Veteran 3. Kingswood pushing ahead here, taking a lot of damage from the Grenadiers. Quick set to charge off. Oh, Barton! Almost suffered a full whop. They wasn't quite paying attention to 2 pieces too slow to react. They got points being secured. Large chunk of conscripts. I mean, he's got like 7 conscript squads now. Again, he's got a lot of infantry, but again, for whatever reasons, he doesn't consider it all upgrading it. And the tank there has little impact as the Tiger. Panzerwerfer on the way for Barton. Panzerwerfer. Fight the same rockets as all the Needlewerfer we know from Companies 1. Just fight 10 of them. I think I can actually fight them. I can't remember either 10 or 8. And whereas the Needlewerfers could fire bigger rockets or the different version of Needlewerfers, the Panzerwerfers just fight sort of the smaller rockets of like 15 centimeters. So we'll try and do it to there. Got 15 centimeters, and that is 10. Takes the more standard base one, they'll fight 8. Oh wait, Panzerwerfer moving ahead there, big into pushing the centre. Can't being shredded here by a lot of the guns like machine guns. Snapfire just continuing the impact there. 63. At the same time, Karl's counter sort of whole tactics there, dusting them more vulnerable here to a good Panzerwerfer barrage from Barton. Targeting down there. Slightly finding the Russians actually into the Panzerwerfer barrage further on, slightly sneaky there by Barton. Off the Punions, we got the issue further engaging the Tiger, forcing it back, Pack 40 moving up here. Shot bounced. Karl slowly, curiously advancing, and he knows the Pack 40 is usually there to cover the Tiger, so he's a bit for it there. Again, this is where he kind of needs artillery, some way of just disabling the Pack 40s. He needs to sort of just outmaneuver them. But right now, Karl doesn't quite have the elements for either of those 2 options. Wait, what? He's charging the Tiger, head supported by the packs? Straight into the issue-5s here. Almost got the sniper as well there. Pack 40's firing there. Completely catching Karl off guard there. Barton's blitzkrieg assault there. Relentlessly. Just punishing his opponents. Almost losing the target there. High risk there by Barton, to be honest. High risk. Also suffers a lot of damage, but gets one of the issue-5s. Tiger half-8 to eventually see 45 kills. Other issue-5 forced to fall back into the cover. The sniper got the Pumes coming in. They could get the Tiger there. In theory, if they spread out a bit more, so they aren't so easily slaughtered by the Tiger. Almost got it there. Sliver of health left from the Tiger. Sliver of health. Pumes advantage. They're taking too much fire from every source, including the Grenadiers to the light machine guns. And there you go. They also got 45 kills, actually. Then again, the way Karl has been offering up conscripts to Barton at this stage, I'm not too surprised. I mean, Karl's basically throwing conscripts out like they're candies. Socialist candies. Stalin's assorted goodie bags. Guaranteed to get you Berlin. Berlin not guaranteed. Anyways, comes them engaged by Grenadiers here, holding up. They're just buying time. At the end, can't protect the victory point. We got more rapid conscription for Karl. Just more. He's flown a lot of fuel now. He's just ended up in a manpower bleed feedback. Again, he's just tossing up more conscripts, but that beats him out there. And at this point, he just used them to merge with other units and just not reinforce them. Try to set up manpower for more armor instead. I think it's this manpower bleed feedback here that's allowing Barton to push forward here. They've still only got one Pioneer squad to repair his tanks. Well, his tank, he's not really gone for any more armor as of yet. But his target handling has been pretty on point here, though again, has also been a bit of a gamble at times, so a bit risky, but kind of works out then, in part because he does support it. And once more, the Luftwaffe safety. Again, the Luftwaffe, again, good use of strafing, man. Really just showing that this high neglectability does have some, I think, utility still. I mean, good work there by Barton. I do kind of wish he'd still go for the artillery field officer, but oh well. Troops into the infantry 2 there. It's now getting off more kills. We are looking at 65 kills. Cancel there for still some time to go for it, can blast away. Bit of quiet there, a bit of shooting there, but otherwise most of the quiet. I mean, the rest of the flanks not seeing much use. The south is being just screened off by the aircraft and simply the squad spotting for it. Advancing the Tiger. Oh, H5 misses. Almost got the sniper again. 9 points left for Barton now. 9 points left. Troops are still pinned down by the aircraft. They try to maneuver about here. Tiger forced back once more. Grenadiers pushing forwards here. Pumes there forced away, and there you go. Panzer with a barrage. Trying to catch units on retreat. Does a bit of damage there, but not enough. Tiger being repaired, closing in on Vetchy 3 with 51 kills. And Karl finally able to go for more tanks. Again, his infantry has been bloodied. Blooded to die. And he's going for a Sturmpanzer now to just further counter the infantry. His pack 40s are ever ready there to form a pack wall, pack front, that way disable any sort of Soviet head-on charges. Karl Sniper still alive, 68 kills. That sniper is definitely had a sizable impact again on Barton. Problem is the Tigers also had a sizable impact on Karl and Karl Sniper. Now the rapid conscription. I think in this case he actually did merge some units here and there just to sort of stop the manpower being its resource for more armor. There you go, just head-on assault. Seems like at some point Karl's sort of tactical approach became very much crude and very much in favour of Barton. I mean, it's just caused him to sort of waste a lot of resource because he's essentially stopped really trying to flank or maneuver Barton, discharging into his machine guns, which is, well, you know, rather when machine guns shine, that is when people are trying to attack them head on. Target them very close to 3, and there you go. We got the Sturmpanzer fort here as well for Barton and the 1st Panzer Division. T-34 there. A lone wolf rolling out. But we haven't any real impact there versus the pack front, not really. Versus the Tiger, which is now really, really close to Victory 3, not likely either. If he gets to Victory 3, there's going to be a problem there for Karl. Well, a bigger problem than it already is. And eventually, see, Tiger's definitely an issue because it's actually quite accurate. Amongst other things. There you go, comes straight to the Sturmpanzer unit, wipe, vanish in a puff of smoke, blood, and dirt. Starting to charge off, they're pushing back the anti-tank guns. 59 kills. 61. Almost got the Pumas with their pack falling in there to just block it from being captured. And there you go, Pumas was falling back. Panzer level 5 as well here. Trying to catch the sniper, I think. Or just hit units out the base. There you go. Units pinned down. Being blasted to smithereens. Fine chunks. Pumas moving towards the picture point again there. Tiger tank now virtually 3, high mobility, high rate of fire, hardened crew of Tiger Ace, a satchel charge on the Pack 40, wiping it, preventing him from taking it back there. Penalty was wiped on retreat though here by the Tiger Ace, 65 kills in service of the fatherland. Sniper dead, Sturmpanzer gets the T-34. Karl now down to his single penalty, going all his countries, just throwing them at Barton. They have failed him, he just wants them disposed of. And now the Tiger's just excruciatingly just exsanguinating them. Just a huge pile of corpses there. A mountain of the dead. Karl has been completely and utterly torn asunder by Barton. And he's even calling in air support just as he advances Tigers into the base there. I think mostly just to sort of display dominance at this stage, just to show, look at me, I've got aircraft, yeah. And there you go, last unit wipe, and with this, Barton wins. Karl has got nothing left, he's clearly given up, and there you go, he surrenders. A completely brutal turnaround again. Karl did well the first half of the game, but the problem with Karl, though, again, tactically, initially he had successes, but he couldn't quite, change his tactics and then react to what Barton was doing. Again, he stopped flanking, he just resorted to head-on brutal assault, which just bled him out slowly, while Barton was able to take up some more defensive posture, buying time until he get out the Tiger, and then using the Tiger to sort of break, Karl's forces upon the Tiger, because he never tried to outmaneuver the Tiger, he never tried to kill the Pack 40 out either, he never went for it. So there's a lot of things that sort of just went slightly wrong for Karl, whereas Barton just very slowly and methodically just outpaced Karl and just slowly took the map. But again, it was really close there. And again, there was some really close calls there, a bit of luck there for Barton as well, I mean, no denying that. But even then, I mean, Karl's approach was not exactly the best either, so her one there to an extent would have relied on luck. But overall, maybe Barton sort of did a bit well there. Certainly made better use of his doctor. I feel again, Karl had so many conscripts, but never went for any submachine guns. He never flanked and never sort of used merch either. So that way, he tried to conserve manpower from some of this, and just say got for more tanks. So there were definitely some issues there for Karl in the long run. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay of your own or provide some feedback in the comment section. And this is Imperial Dancing Cheese. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye.